Ever wondered what it takes to install underfloor heating yourself and actually make it work? I did this in our lounge over a crumbling old floor at our abandoned house here in Bulgaria, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I tackled it, step by step. Warm floors, huge savings, and a first time DIY success. So let's get into it. When we started looking at heating options, infrared underfloor heating was the easiest and cheapest solution. You can focus on one room at a time instead of committing to the whole house, and having warm floors in the winter feels incredible. The real challenge wasn't the heating, it was the state of the old floor. It was crumbling in places, and the edges were about 2 inches higher than the rest of the floor, so we had to fix that issue straight away. We would have poured a completely new concrete floor, but that was way too expensive. More self-leveling screed was also out of budget. So I used an angle grinder and a hammer to remove the weak spots, then patched them with cement and a rebar mesh to create a solid level base. That was essential before anything else could go down. First I laid and taped the insulation, then I mapped out where the infrared rolls would go, 16 square meters in total, spaced roughly about half a meter apart, from memory, running along the length of the room. Each strip connects using supplied clips, and all wiring runs back to the thermostat, which connects to the mains in the house. I made sure the wires sat flush in the insulation, taped over them and tested each strip. The most important thing, crimp the connectors properly. If you don't, the heating will not work, and you need to know it's working before laying the flooring on top. We chose parquet so that if there are any future issues, we can access the heating without destroying tiles or screed. This was my first time laying parquet. I used a chop saw, hammer, and a parquet toolkit with wedges for expansion gaps. With the parquet flooring, I started in the top left-hand corner of the room, and I decided to do it in a staggered 3-stage pattern, which would give the floor a nice effect when it was finished. I managed to get the parquet done in a single day, which arguably I probably wouldn't have been able to do if I was tiling this floor, unless the tiles were really big. Anyway, for a first time experience, laying parquet went really well. Seeing it all come together was amazing. This was our first fully finished floor in the lounge, and not only did it look fantastic, it had heating underneath too. The sense of achievement was overwhelming. Walking into a warm finished lounge floor felt incredible. With Bulgarian winters being quite harsh, it's going to be a game changer. If anyone else is thinking about trying this, it's a quick, cost-effective way to get underfloor heating without breaking the bank. The total cost was around £600, which is a steal compared to traditional systems. Fixing the base floor was key, but once that was sorted, the rest was actually quite straightforward. So that's how I installed infrared underfloor heating and parquet flooring in our lounge, warm floors, DIY satisfaction, and a massive step forward in our renovation. Thank you guys for watching.